Shalom, shalom. Kwam Yasha Allah, Koholoimala Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rachahadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, the great millstone who rule well, and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. Just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Akwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes and commandments of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai to the best of their ability. This is Yachanan Nawaf. Just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And I just wanted to go off into this Easter thing, but I found this article to be funny because this is going down with all these holidays, man. It says Easter fans saddened as absolutely no one visits Bunny in New Jersey shopping mall, and this is all over America. And you know, people not even going to the mall like that no more. You know, people not doing none of that shit no more, man. All that, you know, sitting on Santa Claus' lap and all that shit, man. All that shit is gone, man. The Lord has snatched the mirth out of America, man. Let's get some of the article. It says shoppers were left heartbroken after a video surfaced showing the Easter Bunny sitting alone at a shopping mall with no one coming to visit him. Easter is usually a time when stores are filled with chocolates. Homes are decorated with spring flowers and painted eggs, plus children eagerly await the arrival of the Easter Bunny. Parents often take their children to meet the Easter icon, but it seems that interest has fallen recently. But that's you know, that's the interest of all these holidays. People still celebrate them, don't get me wrong, but the percentage has clearly dropped, man. And people just they're not focused like that on shit like that no more. You know, it's like their focus is only on major needs, you know what I'm saying? Like food for the damn house, making sure that the damn house payment is paid, rent, phone, gas for the car, you know, shit like that. People not going out buying Easter baskets and Easter outfits. You know, I was in Walmart about a week or so back here. Damn Easter damn basket, man, was like $30, man. $30 with some bullshit in it. You know, some bullshit. Like, seriously, like, people not into that no more. Just is what it is, and we applaud it too. Okay, but it says it comes after a viral video sparked comments about the younger generation losing its wonder. No, they're not losing their wonder. It's just that it's the spirit of mirth and happiness and joy is leaving this place, man. That's scriptural, man. The footage shows a lonely Easter Bunny sitting among a beautiful floral display in a New Jersey mall, waiting for visitors who never come. Let me see if I can find this one script. Ecclesiasticus 12:4. Let me see. Let me start at verse 3. It says, "In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened, and the doors shall be shut in the streets, when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low." See? And this is what's happening in the earth right now, man. You know, the music is trash, the movies are trash. The children just don't have the same interest because, you know, they're kind of locked into these phones too. You know, that pandemic done them dirty. They was locked into those phones and, you know, their little social media sites and shit like that. And that's where they get their little entertainment, so to speak, or that's where they get their enjoyment in life, man. They don't want to be bothered otherwise, you know. But let's get some more of this. It says, it comes after a viral video sparked comments about the younger generation losing its wonder. The footage shows a lonely Easter Bunny sitting among a beautiful floral display in a New Jersey mall, waiting for visitors who never come. Despite the mall's preparations for a crowd, including setting up a line and barriers, they were not needed. The solitary bunny was seen at the mall waving at passing shoppers, but no one approached him for a hug or photo. Content creator 6.6 man shared a video and said, "Guys, what happened to people going to see the Easter Bunny? He's just sitting there waving at people. He's been sitting there all day." Many viewers expressed their sadness at the sight. One commented, "No, wait, I feel so bad," while another added, "Oh, It's sad seeing him wave at kids and they're just passing by. It's so sad, agreed another. Yeah, man, that shit is over with, man. I remember when I was growing up, that was big shit, man. Damn Easter. Shit, man, you had 2 outfits, man. You got 2 brand new outfits. You got a new little suit. You know, as me, as a boy, you know what I'm saying, a man. You know, we got our little suits, our little shiny ass shoes, you know. And then you got a little short set, you know what I'm saying, you know, the and you know, some new flip-flops or some sneakers or something like that, you know, for after church, you know what I'm saying. And the girls, of course, you know, they would get, you know, a little pretty little dress, and then afterwards, you know, they had a secondary outfit too. But man, that was a moneymaker. Easter was a moneymaker, man. That shit is done. Okay, it says the Easter Bunny just wanted someone to hug, one person remarked sympathetically. Another lamented, if I see another video of this damn Easter Bunny sitting alone in the mall, I'm going to drag all your kids to go take pictures with him. Man. And this is a different generation, man. These people don't want people just dealing with their kids, man. It says, one shared their personal observation. I literally went to the mall and he was just sitting there with his head down and no one was going to see him. An employee made a heartfelt plea. This is my work. Guys is dead. Here, please visit him. Yeah. A birthday visitor recalled fondly, I went to go see him on my birthday. He was so kind. In a separate clip, someone expressed nostalgia and sadness. I just saw the video of the Easter Bunny in the mall and nobody was going to see him. Was my generation really the last to experience that feel actual joy? I'm sobbing. I used to get so excited seeing them in the mall. Easter Bunny, Santa, what is happening in our world? See, what's happening in your world is the Lord is breaking this shit down. You know? And people got their minds on other pressing matters now, you know, even though they're not, their mind is not on what it should be on, the destruction of Babylon the Great, which is coming soon. See, this is just the build up to it. This is part of those plagues of Egypt, man. It says, however, some commenters suggested financial reasons for the lack of visitors. They make you pay like $40 for 2 pictures at the mall. Yeah, them pictures are expensive as fuck. Another commenter pointed out the high cost of mall photos. Mall pictures are super expensive and most people don't want their kids sitting in a random person's lap. Echoing the sentiment, another said, we don't have Easter Bunny photo money. But I mean, everybody is on their phones, man. Here you go, you got an iPhone 16, motherfucker can do a whole movie in slow-mo, you know, and all this other shit. And just random, you know, you can have a bullshit phone, man. You can have your granddaddy phone, a AARP flip phone, and take a decent picture of the kids. But you don't, that shit is not necessary no more. People not into that stuff no more. People are, you know, overall, they oversaturating their damn kids online with just, you know, posting a damn video every little fucking thing they do anyway. So why would you go pay somebody $40, $50 for it? Nobody is sitting down in that setting like that no more. I can remember not too long ago, recently in a Walmart, it was you know, some people in there, they was trying to get, you know, families to sign up for, you know, like family photos, you know, like the ones that go on your wall, you know, like people, you know, you can get that big boy with the frame, and you know, nobody was going for it. It's like there's no use and need for that no more. You know, you can shoot a video, you can, you know, take all the selfies you want, man, and go and print them out. You know, they still have, I normally see elderly people. I don't really see too many younger people sitting in the spot where, you know, you can go to the tech spot in the back of Walmart where, you know, you can just go get pictures printed out, so to speak. You know, you may have transfer them over to a mini disc or whatever the case may be. I'm not even sure about that type of shit no more. But I do see people that are sitting there picking through their pictures, you know, old women, you know what I'm saying? But man, people are not into that no more. It says the same sad scene unfolded in Austin, Texas recently. A video posted captured yet another disheartened Easter Bunny. She commented, the mall Easter Bunny looks so lonely. Don't worry, Bunny. He was just standing there waving to people, and people weren't waving back. This genuinely made me cry. One person admitted. So, you know, let me get one in the Apocrypha real quick. People don't have time for that shit no more, man. Ecclesiasticus 25:7. I want to get a comment that I seen in there too and grab a script too. Ecclesiasticus 25:7, it says, there be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. So we're witnessing the fall of our enemy, man. That's exactly what you're witnessing. You're witnessing the fall of Esau's kingdom. All that mirth, all that goddamn smiling, all that hee ha ha ha, that laughter and shit. People are depressed now, man. You know, people, you know, shit, damn bills is sky high. Who the fuck going to pay $40, $50 for a picture? You know what I'm saying? When you can put that shit in your tank or put that in your refrigerator. And then you still got people out here, you know, they still out here bullshitting. You know, that's still, you know, trying to do the same everyday thing. But a lot of people falling back, man. But let me just grab this comment real quick. And this wasn't intended to be a long lesson. I seen this one. This very first one. It says, start teaching what Easter is really about. Jesus. If you're not teaching your kids about Jesus, you are failing them and yourself. So this person says, start teaching what Easter is really about. This person had no idea what Easter is about. Because it's not about some blonde-haired, blue-eyed white guy named Jesus anyway. Because the Lord's name is not Jesus. The letter J is not even in the Hebrew alphabet. Neither is the letter E, O, U, or V. The letter J was invented in 1524 by a grammarian named Giorgio Trissino 500 years ago. So 2,000 years ago, when the Lord walked the earth, no one was calling little sweet white baby Jesus, man, because the letter J didn't exist. That's first off. But you these people don't really know, man. They really think that Easter got to do with fucking bunnies and shit like that, you know, in a lot of cases. But a lot of people really believe that there's a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white guy that's coming to save everybody. And that's not scriptural. That shit is actually idolatry. Because the scripture says that the Lord is a dark melanated man. He had woolly hair. He had a deep voice. The children of Israel were dark melanated people. So that whole thing of white Jesus, and matter of fact, they got that shit on TV right now. You know, they got a few of them running right now. They had the 10 Commandments on the other night. And, you know, this time of the year, they play that shit. They play those Jesus Christ stories with those so-called white people playing those parts and knowing full well that the children of Israel were dark melanated people. They know that, but they're not going to teach you that. So now let's get this Easter part, because this person doesn't understand that Easter just goes into the Passat. And what was being celebrated during this, the Passat? The children of Israel coming out of Egypt and the Egyptians being plagued by the Lord with all those plagues. And the Lord killing all the firstborn of the children of the Egyptians, man. So that's what you're actually celebrating. That's the purpose of the holiday. The Israelites celebrating the downfall of their enemies. See? So now the word Easter is only in the scriptures once. In Acts 12:4. But we're just going to go into it so we can get the real breakdown of the word. Because it wasn't supposed to be written this way. But I'm going to read it in the NLT. I'm going to read it in the KJV first, King James Version. Then I'm going to read it in the New Living Translation. Acts 12:4, KJV, King James Version. It says, and when he had apprehended him, he put him in prison and delivered him to 4 quaternions of soldiers to keep him, intending after Easter to bring him forth to the people. Right? And this is going off into Peter. Verse 4 in the KJV. It says, then he imprisoned him, placed him under the guard of 4 squads of 4 soldiers each. Herod intended to bring Peter out for public trial after the Passover. That's what the word Easter means. Passover. Not some damn chickens, no bunnies laying chicken eggs and you know, these little commercials that you see that's got people going crazy buying them sweets and chocolates and shit. And people not even doing that no more. People not into that stuff no more, man, like that, man. That shit is sitting there getting dusty as hell, man. And then next thing you know, you'll see all that shit on sale in Walmart. They'll be selling big-ass bags of candy and shit like that, you know. So all the mirth, all that shit that comes with these idolatrous holidays, and it's a lot that goes into Easter, too. That's a real wicked-ass holiday. I would just say, you know, they may have some shorts on the origins of Easter. and YouTube, which I'm sure they do. Maybe we can check something out. But I just wanted to go up into this Easter word real quick. So in the Greek, it is it's Pascha, Salakia, G3957. So in the Greek, but now look at the Hebrew. It says the Paschal sacrifice, which was accustomed to be an offer for the people's deliverance of old from Egypt. That's what the holiday is about. It's a celebration where the Lord actually destroyed the Egyptians, man. So that's what you're really celebrating, or supposed to be celebrating. But instead, these people have turned this shit into a cartoon show at these churches, man, because they make money. Then, of course, they have going off into the lamb, because it was a Passover. That angel, the Lord gave instructions to the Israelites. If you read through the story, you were to get a lamb, you basically slay that lamb. You put some of the blood over the doorpost. So when the angel see the blood, he will pass over your house. That was for the Israelites. That was the instructions to the Israelites. It wasn't the instructions given to the Egyptians. So when the angel passed over and he saw the blood on the Israelites' doorpost, so to speak, he passed over those homes and no one died. But guess what? The Egyptians didn't have that option. It says that not one house in Egypt didn't have a child that died. The cries was going. Can you imagine everybody in say, for instance, a place like New York, waking up and there's a child in every single house dead? That everybody's screaming. It's cries throughout the whole fucking city. That's what Easter was. What they call Easter is about. And they don't want to get down to the gruesomeness of it, because that was a gruesome time, man. That was a very gruesome time. They done prettied it up. They done cartooned it. And then they want you to tell, oh, well, it's for the kids. Well, why would you want to teach your kids the very first, while they're taking the very first steps, you teaching them idolatry? What you should be teaching them is the scriptures, man. No, we don't celebrate nothing like that. That's idolatry. No, because they just babies. It's just fun. Ain't nothing wrong. That bullshit. These people get you killed, man, with this idolatry, man. Okay, but let's get the Hebrew word for it right here. 864:53. The Hebrew origin. Pesach. That's what it is. It's the Pesach. See? Passover. Sacrifice of the Passover. Animal victim of the Passover. Festival of the Passover. See? This is what it's about. Then you got, it's multiple scriptures on it if you want to look into it. We had our Passover, what was that? About a month or so back. But these people, man, they're not gonna make those billions and billions of dollars that they normally would make off of this bullshit ass holiday that they try and push on the people. And you'll have a whole bunch of these people. They gonna break out the barbecue grill. Don't get me wrong, because it's gonna be warm out. It's gonna be that very first day of the year that some of them still go to church, and they're gonna get out here and they're gonna do the idolatrous idol worship, man. But I just wanted to just touch on this. You can just read through, just put in Passover, man. You know what I'm saying? If you got the Bible app, and you're going to see what it is. Let me see right here. It says a sparing, immunity from penalty and calamity. And that's what it was. That's exactly what it was about. This was for the Israelites, man. And that's how you know that the Lord wasn't dealing with all these nations like how Christianity pushes, man. Because the Lord could have easily had Moses and Aaron go in and speak to Pharaoh and tell him that, hey, look, the Lord has sanctioned me, or, has given me the authority to come and speak to you about all the people of the world coming together and praising and worshiping him. No, he sent Moses and Aaron into the land to speak to Pharaoh about letting the children of Israel go. And once, he kept hardening Pharaoh's heart. If you know the story, Pharaoh wouldn't let the children of Israel go, and one of the very last horrible plagues was him killing off the firstborn of their children. And that's when he was like, okay, get y'all shit and y'all get the fuck out of my country. And then the Lord hardened his heart some more. After he let him go, he wanted to go and chase them down. We're going to bring them back. We need our slaves. And then the Lord drowned their asses out in the Red Sea. So that's what your overall, what's going on with the Passover, man. Let me see.
I think
that's a lock. Yeah, let's see here. Let's put in Easter origins. And I mean, you can look this up yourself. I'm just going to see if they got a short. I don't want to keep the lesson too long. Yeah, man, this is a very wicked ass holiday. See, it's demonic. It goes, they have plenty of videos on, the paganism of this holiday, man. It has nothing to do with the scriptures. Yeah, I remember this one from they got this one on the history of the holiday Easter. I was trying to see if they had one of those little shorts, but it's definitely not. It has absolutely nothing to do with the scriptures, man. Nothing to do with the scriptures other than it being, pagan and idolatrous. And you just watch how many people the Lord take out during this holiday too, man. Let's see that one.
Which brings us to the Easter egg. Eggs have been a mythological symbol of birth for thousands of years. Christians adopted the egg as an Easter custom sometime around the 13th century. The yolk inside a shell represented Christ's emergence from the tomb. Eggs were painted red to represent the blood Christ shed on the cross. The colorful Easter egg soon hatched its own traditions. A popular one was egg rolling. In 1876, Congress prohibited kids from playing on the Capitol grounds. So, President Rutherford B. Hayes opened the White House lawn to the little rollers. After that, the White House Easter egg roll became a tradition. So when did that Easter bunny...
See? There you have it, man. It's so much to it. Now, this one right here, you can just look this one up because it's been up for 14 years. History of the holiday Easter. It's on the History Channel. And, a lot more to it as well because it's only like about a 4-minute video. But you can get some of the... Just see how this shit really just kind of formed up, man. This shit is wicked, man. Got nothing to do with the kids. It's got nothing to do, especially with the scriptures as far as no salvation. They're going to give you Palm Sunday. They're going to give you Good Friday. All this bullshit, bro. And it's got nothing to do with the scriptures whatsoever. So, every year, brothers do little videos on stuff like this. It's just got to the point where, we try to just do a little something on it. Just to let our people know, hey, look, man, get away from white Jesus. Get away from that idolatry. The true name of the Father is Yahweh, which means that he exists, or the existing one. And the true name of his son is Yahweh Shai, which means that he's the Savior or deliverer in the Paleo-Hebrew. There's no white Jesus coming to save you, man. And this is for you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans because you are the true Hebrew Israelites. And these are some of the customs that the Lord, this is why the Lord told us don't deal with the other nations like that. Don't learn any of their ways. You know what I'm saying? Don't learn any of their customs. Don't worship and praise their gods. Don't try and find out what they're into, what they're, don't do it. The Lord gave us a dietary law. He gave us all kinds of law, statutes, and commandments as to what to do, how to be. And it separated us from the other nations, man. So don't get it twisted, man, when these people get to telling you about, it's so innocent. It's just for the babies. The kids, they like it. The kids just enjoy themselves. Yeah, well, these people, what they're telling you is teach your children how to turn their backs on the Lord as soon as they're able to understand anything. Because, Esau, he's about training, he understands that... the scripture where I think it's Proverbs 22:6. Let me get it real quick. We can end out. He understands this. Proverbs 22:6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. So that's the reason why he wants to hold your damn children in these classrooms 8 hours a day, so he can indoctrinate them and teach them the shit that he wants them to know. By the time they get home, they're not even listening to you. But my teacher said, you can tell them something true, but they got the holes on your kids all damn day long. Well, but Mr. Roberts said, you know. But we're in captivity, man. So it's important that, you know, we do teach our children to the best of our ability these scriptures, man. Straight up, because he got a mind grab on your kids 8 hours a day, man. 40 hours a week, damn near. While you at a job 40 hours a week, you come home, you so tired, you know, you can't even really ask your children what they even done at school. You just, you know, rushing to pick them up, rushing to drop them off. In the meanwhile, he's teaching you all kinds of shit, man. Now they done got to the point of, you know, pushing, you know, the trans shit on the babies, man. So you know these people are wicked as hell. But anyway, I'm going to end out there. I pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwame Yasha and the Bible Ball. I just thought it was funny that the damn Easter Bunny sitting there and just waving and nobody waving back at his doofy ass. And but that's the fall of America, man. And Babylon the Great in general, man. All these Edomite nations, wherever they are. With that, shalom.